What's up, everybody?
You had a problem
How's
with my
all?
yo last time, and this is how you start?
Yeah, I,
Okay.
I like it because I'm doing it. That's why, not you.
Oh my god, go ahead.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the next installment of the Bento Boxcast, the
Year,
most
year.
anime podcast on here on YouTube and Spotify and anywhere else you listen to us. Because we're all about the anime
All about it.
from beginning to end.
Beginning to end.
There's anime in my blood right now. I injected it right. I have this big old
Mm.
needle,
Mm-mm-mm.
just anime in my blood. I'm just sticking it into my leg. 'Cause that's all. That's what we're all about here.
Jesus.
We are addicts for the anime,
Oh.
and we're not gonna go to no AA, Anime Anonymous. Woo, you like that?
I do
I just
like
made that
that.
up right now. Thanks, thank you. But anyways, before we go ahead and jump into today's very juicy, very succulent,
Mm.
very yummy episode that
Oh.
we have today with some really good stuff we're going to talk about today, guys. I just want to say, just remind you guys, just really quickly, go ahead and follow us on Twitter.
Oh,
Go
yes.
ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like. Go ahead and comment. Let us know what you guys think about these shows. So, we'll go more in detail at the end about those things over there. Um, right before we get into all the anime stuff, you guys already know. Well, for those few who have been listening to us already know, but if you're new, this thing we like to do here is where we like to read you guys' comments, the listeners, the
Ooh.
beautiful, sexy. If you're above 18, beautiful and sexy listeners. If you're under 18, stay in school, don't do drugs, listeners. Okay, guys.
But you're still
So
beautiful, inside and out.
yes, you're a beautiful person. Not sexually attracted to you, beautiful person. There you go. We'll make sure that's clear. um, so we have a comment, and it's I'm
You
gonna keep
already
screwing
forgot
his.
his name after one
I'm gonna keep
pod.
screwing his name up.
Josue.
Josue. I'm sorry, Josue. I'm really bad with names, dude. I some we sometimes we're on an Xbox Live party, and I'm calling my friend Nathan, who I've been knowing for over 10 years. I call him Hector, or I call him Pedro. So nothing against you personally. It's just that my brain is dumb sometimes. So we have a comment from from our last episode here on YouTube. Jose says, "This audio is terrible.
Oh.
I feel like Rafa has some good points, but the audio quality wasn't letting me get into it.
Oh
I
no.
couldn't even finish the episode. Love you guys." And then he hits us with the classic, "Get good." Woo! When Josue, a regular here, a beloved regular here, stops and says, "Yo, y'all, your audio quality is just complete garbage. It's complete trash. I can't finish
Oh
it." That says
no.
something right there,
It
Hector.
does.
That says something right there. And you know what? On behalf of here, everybody in the Bento Boxcast, I just want to apologize to our listeners, to our viewers out there about the last episode. We were having some technical difficulties, but we figured it
Mm-hmm.
out. Figured out what was wrong. Hopefully, it sounds a lot better to you guys. The thing that was screwing things up for us, we took care of it, right? Hector tied it up.
Mm-hmm.
I had a shotgun to its head.
Jesus
Took it out.
Christ, dude.
Took it out back. I put two slugs right between its eyes, and I was like, "This is for Josue." So I did that for you, Josue. You're welcome. Uh,
Dude, oh my god.
uh, anyways, other than Hector and I apparently committing murder, but
Jeez.
that was the comment. Thank you, Jose. Thank you for the comment. We
Yes,
always
thank you, thank you.
appreciate any feedback, not just good feedback. Any feedback, we love it when people says, "Hey man, you guys are doing a good job." We also love it. Hey, your audio is bad, because it's showing us you guys are paying attention, you guys are listening, you guys are giving us feedback. So then now we know, like for example, like this episode,
Mm-hmm.
where to improve, where to make it better, where we could, spit shine a little bit, make it look real nice and good for y'all. So thank you for the feedback. Anybody else out there listening, if you guys want to let us know, Let us know. If you're a listener on Spotify or any of the other Anchor podcast app things, if you guys want to give us feedback, hit us up on the Twitter
Yes, sir.
at the Mental Boxcast. Hit us up on there so let us know. Because there's no way to really comment on these other platforms other than YouTube, but through Twitter you can always let us know. Hey, Rafa, you're still being a bully. So, anyways, that's the comments. Get out of here, comments. Get out of here,
Shoot.
scram. Shoo. Hector.
Mm-hmm.
Before we jump in, I just want to ask you one real quick question.
Ooh.
What you watch this week? What anime you been watching?
Oh my god. Hey, okay. I'm gonna be honest, man. I've been all over the place. And it's been so fun to watch anime this week. I've had a good amount of time to catch up on the new stuff and then to kind of rewatch some old stuff, but I would say my two favorite ones that I've watched is this is gonna sound funny because of the name of it, but Rent a Girlfriend. Episode 2 came out, and I thought I was hooked episode 1, but I am fully immersed and ready for this episode 3 because episode 2 both infuriated me and got me to the point where I'm like, I need to see what happens next. Like the way it
It
ended.
got you mad?
Yeah, you watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, dude. The oh man, I was about to swear. The main character, bro, he's is such a moron. Like, oh man, I'll be honest. There was a that one scene where he was. I don't want to explicitly describe this scene, but where he was looking at that picture underneath his covers. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That scene right there, that was funny. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Because it was just hilarious, just how much like effort and just work they put into that one scene, and then as he's about to leave, he remembers that he has to go on a date, and then like it was just so awkward, and then he was just thinking about his ex-girlfriend and then his current fake girlfriend, and that whole scene where they're at the bar, that's what pissed me off. The bar part pissed me off. He's like,
Yeah.
I have to say I am what I am. And I was like, come on, bro. Like that
Okay,
for real,
okay.
got me angry.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I get what you're saying. I get you say where you're getting mad at him, but man, fudge that girl, fudge his ex-girlfriend, bro.
The
What's
scene
your
at the end,
problem?
oh my god. The very last scene, hey, my apartment's
Oh
around the
my
corner.
God.
I was like, come on, bro.
Okay,
I was livid when
get
I
you.
saw that,
I
but
get
at
you.
the same time, I was like, man, this anime is good. Like I was
Yeah.
thoroughly happy with just the viewing experience of episode 1 and 2. I'm super excited for episode 3. I think it comes out tomorrow, if not Thursday. Of us recording, it's Tuesday the 21st. But I am super excited for it to come out. I cannot wait to see what happens with. So this is the part that also throws me off too, right? So on the cover of the anime, there's 4 girls. So I want to see how the
Yeah.
other 2 get introduced.
Yeah.
Obviously one of them is his rent-a-girlfriend, the other one is his ex-girlfriend, and then the other 2, which look completely different than the first 2 that we see. But super excited to see where this goes. Really curious. Very angry with the main character. But overall, just really excited for it. And then of course. This show right here is called Black Clover. I know we've talked about it before, and I think you have watched it. I don't know if you like it. I don't remember.
No, I know which one it is though. It's the guy with he has like white hair.
Yeah,
He has like
yeah.
a sword or something
And it's
like
like
that.
magic and everything. Yeah.
And he can't use magic or something.
Interesting.
Or...
Okay, so you haven't watched that one. Get to know. But Black Clover watched it. It's finally back. It went on hiatus with all the other, anime, but I'm super happy that it's back. It's been out. A few new episodes have been out, but I've been watching it and it's been really fun, really great. New episode came out today, like I said, the 21st. Very excited to watch it. But those 2 have definitely been catching my eye this week in anime for sure. I love the arc that's going on right now in Black Clover. I know they're doing the thing that we talked about in the last pod. For those of you that were brave enough to go through that audio,
to venture through.
We talked about how during certain filler, it's basically kind of showing like some filler episodes right now. But to be honest, actually really really good. It surprised me. I thought I would kind of be bored of it, but it's focusing around a character that I really enjoy, and they're giving him a little bit more backstory and kind of showing him kind of level up, which they didn't really do in the manga. So I'm actually really happy to see this in the anime. It's something brand new that I've never read or seen before. So that for sure surprised me. It's great to see him improve. The character in mention, and yeah, I just like it. So those two animes for sure have caught my eye this week. So how about you, Rafa? What have you been watching this week?
Not that much, honestly. Yeah, it's I've only really seen I saw the same episode of Rent a Girlfriend that you saw episode two. Fudge that girl, his ex, fudge her. She go to hell. She is
She
a
can go to heck.
she can go to heck. She is a female dog.
Whoa,
She's a female dog,
whoa.
okay? Because bro, come on,
Yeah,
dude.
she really was.
How are you gonna do that to the homie like that? You're gonna do him bogus like
Oh
that?
my
Come on, like
god.
what's your
But also
problem,
the
dude?
homie deserves it if he's just gonna be that kind of
Nah, but the
a
thing is,
female dog as well.
cause okay, look, right. But the thing is, the homie, he's like, he still has feelings for her. Like, bro, you really, if you have feelings for a girl, you really think you're gonna like, you're, like he's simping for her.
Yeah, but
He's simping for her hard,
yeah,
like hard,
but I
hard.
mean, it's just dude.
Like,
Watching that
like
scene made me cringe, angry.
I would
I was like,
legit,
I was
I
about to
would.
punch my phone.
Like I wouldn't agree with her and be like, yeah, that's just the way I am. Like, no, I would be like, nah, fudge out of here, you stupid female dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have cursed her out. But like, this guy, he's a simp. I feel bad for him a bit.
I
I
don't
don't
feel
know.
bad for him. If he's gonna
I feel
act like
bad for him.
that, no, man.
I feel bad for him. I just the only reason I feel
Oh
bad for
my
him is
god.
because he still has feelings for her, and you know what I'm saying, like that's clouding his judgment. He's not seeing straight. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He doesn't see the path ahead of him. He's his cloud. His vision's all cloudy by her thighs because they made that a point.
That was really weird too. Out of everything,
Um.
his thigh, her
Oh,
thighs.
also he horny, horny. He horny,
Yeah.
horny, horny. Mm-hmm.
I think the
If
the
there
little
was
virgin trio is hilarious.
Yeah, they're funny. I really like those the three group. When they saw him with his runner
Like
girlfriend, that was funny.
he
That's a really
has no
funny scene,
money. I was like, yo.
dude. That was funny. I really, yeah. It's an awesome show. I'm for sure gonna like it. I can't wait to see where it goes. I don't, and it's weird. Honestly, it's weird because normally I'm the one that tends to jump on characters faster than you,
Uh-huh.
especially guys who are like being pathetic and lame and stuff like that.
Mm-mm.
Um, but this time around, I don't know. This time around, I'm not really. I don't know. I
I'm
guess
all
I
for
really
the
like this
first rent a
character.
girlfriend, dude. I'm all for it. She's my favorite.
She's cool. I like her a lot. She's really really cool. I like her attitude.
You know what got me the most
Um,
mad though? When he was like, "Oh, she's just a rent a girlfriend. Like it means nothing." And woo 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 woo. And I'm like, bro, she just stood up for you, and she didn't have to. Like
yeah.
that. Oh,
But like you can make the argument she did it because she was like the renter girlfriend. So like I get what you're I get what you're saying. Like I'm not saying no you're wrong. Like I'm not disagreeing with you. But like yeah.
yeah, I get it, but it still pissed me off so
Yeah.
much.
No, yeah. I can see why you're mad. Yeah, I can definitely see why you're mad. But no, we got Rent a Girlfriend. I can't wait till the next episode. Like that's the show that I'm always checking in.
Hmm.
I'm always checking in and see when it's out. When it's out. I saw episode 10 of Tower of God.
Ooh, okay.
Um, Small spoiler, guys. Just really small spoiler. Rest in peace, Rachel's legs. Rest in peace,
Oh
girl.
my god, I just remembered. Okay, no, I'm not gonna spoil it, but oh my god,
Bro,
that
when I
episode.
saw that, I was like, yo, this show's real, real. They straight took her legs, bro. I was like, oh
It's
my
it only
god.
gets realer. Oh my god.
I was like, bro, they ain't playing. They stole her legs. That shocked me right there. That was like, bro. Like, and then like the other thing that also like surprised me, which I don't know why it surprised me so much, but like when they were burying the guy with the horn,
Hmm.
when they showed all the other like burial or
Oh,
like
true.
the
With all the other people that
see
died.
all the people, yeah, all the other people that I'm like, damn, like I know it's like this big test or whatever, but like that, a lot of people fucking died
Oh,
from this thing.
it's
Like
crazy there.
it shocked me. And then of course, the well, we had to watch for like Anime Swap, but
Hmm.
that's pretty much it. That's the what I've really seen recently. I haven't. I don't know. Like I tell myself, oh, I'm gonna watch some more anime, and then I lay down and I'm gonna watch anime on my phone and I fall asleep. So
I mean, shit, dude. Oh man. I want Tower got to just get updated again. It gets so much better, and then it like ends off on such a great cliffhanger with. Oh man, I just can't wait, man. I just can't wait. That it only goes up from here. And like to hear
good.
that you enjoy it right now, dude. Oh my god, we still have to go
I
through
also
like oh, there's so much. Go ahead.
I also really love that they made Rock. He became tiny. Like I found that so
Oh,
funny.
he's he um a little spoiler. It's not really all that spoilery. But he ends up being able to control that. So like go like big form, little form. I'm not gonna tell you how, but dude, it's it's hilarious. Some of the scenes he gets into as like a little rock. It's phenomenal. It's actually one of the biggest pulls in the webtoon itself. Like there's like plushies made out of him and like
Oh, that's cool.
he's like kind of the mascot for the show, which is really really cool. I love Rock. Rock is hilarious. So
Yeah, he's really funny. Um, but again, yeah, that's our recap of what we've watched this week or what we've been into. I'm gonna
mhm.
try to watch more anime for next week. You know, Run a Girlfriend's always it's gonna be there for sure,
It's always gonna
guaranteed.
be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. But yeah, I'm gonna try to watch some more stuff. Some more stuff so I can like really so we can talk about a little bit more. But anyways, moving on from that, we have. Oh my God! Is it 9:10 p.m. already?
It is.
Oh jeez, we're a little. It looks like our show already started. It's 12 channel PM news. If I screwed that one up with our correspondent, anime watcher guy Hacker.
Anime Watcher Guy. What is up, everybody, and welcome to the new segment of the pod. I'm very excited for this one today because I have both good, fantastic news and some that will break those of yours hearts that care for this beautiful, beautiful show. So I'm actually going to start off and just rip the band-aid because I feel like it's always better to start off with bad news and then give you guys the good one, you know? So,
I guess.
for those of you that agree with me and just want to rip the band-aid off, I want to talk to you guys about how my heart is very heavy. It's full, but very heavy and sad. This past Sunday, one of the greatest, and I'm just going to say it because I love it this much, one of the greatest mangas of all time, one of the greatest sports mangas of all time ended.
I'll give you sports, but just manga in general, bro. That's
Okay, see, I'm not saying it's like top 10, but I'm saying it's one of the greatest. So I won't give you top 10. I feel like there's definitely better mangas out there than
like
Haikyuu.
for
Oh,
sure sports.
well, I
is
just
like
spoiled
it's
it. Go ahead though. For sure, sports, I think it's top 10 for sure. Or no, top
like
10 if
for
not the greatest.
if not like it's for sure. I would give it top three, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Like
You
the
know,
popularity of this show, it's crazy. It's
it's
crazy. It's crazy.
immense. It's just enormous. For those of you that didn't catch my little slip up, Haikyuu ended this past Sunday, and that is it for the manga. There's no more going to be coming out. Um, and it has gotten some crazy reactions, both good and bad, throughout all of social media, which has both, like I said, filled my heart, but also made it very heavy with sadness because I've absolutely loved this manga, this show in general. It is one of my all-time favorite animes, top 10 for sure. It just brought so much joy and sadness and just tons of emotions to me personally, and according to social media, to so many other people. It's been absolutely incredible, and I could not be happier with how it ended. Although I will say I understand why people are kind of upset about it, um, because for the most part they're upset because they wanted more and they felt that they could have had more from the manga itself. They could have elaborated on certain subjects or certain things a lot more than they actually did. but it's over. It's done and dusted. It has some crazy, like I said, reactions. So TikTok, if you guys are on that platform, has a ton of like just straight haiku. Like, these are my favorite moments in haiku manga. These are my favorite moments in haiku in general. These are, haiku helped me get through this and that, which is, so crazy to see how impactful anime can be in general. I truly am incredibly happy with like I said, how it ended. I think it ended off on a great note. You get to see the boys in their atmosphere where they're at, the two main boys, Kageyama and Hinata, and then seeing other characters, and it's just incredible. It did kind of something similar to what we're going to talk about later in the pod, and you guys will understand. I think maybe Rafa might have caught on. I'll just flat out say a great epilogue type thing. So I'm very happy with how it came out. Very sad that it's done, but the great part is the anime isn't over. It's at a stopgap right now, so it's gonna continue whenever they decide to continue with it. So I cannot wait to see this. It's gonna be incredible. But yeah, it's just sad knowing that that's gonna come to an end as well at some point with the anime. So
How far ahead is the manga to the anime?
the anime stopped at um I want to say it stopped about 100 plus chapters before the actual ending. So it has like a decent amount, right? Actually, I'd say
Hmm.
more than a decent amount. I would probably say in the anime, it probably has about, man. Okay, so they ended during nationals, or at least a part of nationals. So I want to say that they probably have at the very minimum 3 more seasons left if they decide to
Oh
spread it
wow.
out. So they have 3 more seasons of anime, potentially at max. Yeah, okay, I can safely say that. At minimum three, at max five.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it really depends on how much they want to space it. Like, for example, the last season, they covered a not a huge portion of matches, but they spread out those matches into multiple episodes. There are a few key matches in like the Haikyuu universe, enemy team versus enemy team that I at least I hope that they're gonna kind of spread it out because they're super impactful to the story and to the characters that they've met and their rivals and things like that. So I think it's for sure they'll have like I said, at minimum 3 seasons, at most 4 or 5. I would honestly be more confident in saying 4. So I think maybe 4 seasons in total, but for sure, like they still have a decent amount of viewing to do. So don't be too distraught or anything like that. Like it's coming your way. um and I can only tell you it gets so much better, especially the ending. If they do the last few chapters as a season itself, man, it's gonna hit so different for those of you that enjoy the universe of Haikyuu and just love Hinata and Kageyama. They're absolutely phenomenal ending of the chapter, or rather of the manga. Again, I agree with the side of the people where they say like, oh, I wish they elaborated more on their years in high school and what happened after and everything's like that. But I mean, it is what it is. I enjoyed it. It was great. Shed a tear for sure, and very happy with how it ended.
Okay, okay. Well, shout out to the crows or whatever. I forgot their
Yeah,
names.
they're the murder of crows. Dude, I love that though. They're just being called a murder, with just a group of crows. But that being said, that was the first half of the news segment. Of course, I told you I was gonna rip the band-aid. I was gonna let you guys in on some sadness, but also some joy. But now I'm gonna tell you the good news, the cool, very different news that honestly, Rafa, I didn't really explain to you that well when I brought up this article, but after reading it a bit, I actually am even surprised myself. So, Rafa, have you heard of Crunchyroll? Just by any chance?
Crunchy
Oh
roll.
my god, yes, one of the biggest, if not the biggest platform in anime viewing and anime goodness. Just like us, the most animeist podcast, they also, of course, if you didn't hear about Crunchyroll, then I don't know what's wrong with you, but anime is all in this Crunchyroll thing. They are doing this cool thing on the 20th of July. where they're gonna do a special digital event. It's called Crunchyroll Movie Night. So in the tagline, it says you may not be able to go to the movies right now, but you can be comfortable in a very special Crunchyroll Movie Night later this month, and they're gonna be showing the incredible movie called Goblin Slayer Goblin's Crown. Now, I haven't watched it. I actually think it's a premiere. Maybe it came out in Japan before, but if you haven't heard of Goblin Slayer, phenomenal anime. I will say episode 1 is very intimidating. There is a specific scene at the beginning. Yeah, controversial, intimidating. Episode 1 has a very, very, very explicit scene that personally made me very uncomfortable. So there's that, and uncomfortable in a bad way. Let me just.
It's really gnarly. It's really yikes and oops to go around.
After that first episode, I if my memory serves me correct, it dials down on that craziness. But that first episode, when this anime first came out, it had a huge uproar from viewers who had no idea what this show was or what it encompassed and things like that. But yeah, so if you're gonna watch it before watching this movie, for sure be warned. Episode 1,
it's very TVMA.
Yes, very so
on the
bad side.
Sex stuff.
Yeah. It's not for the faint of heart. There you go. That's the perfect way of saying it. With that being said, the movie's gonna be coming out the 28th. And there's gonna be like a little, I forget the term that it's called, but a viewing party. There you go. It's gonna be a viewing party with people at the Crunchyroll staff on the 28th of July, which is really, really cool. I personally hope to be there and watch it because I did enjoy this show, aside from the oofs out of it, but I cannot wait to see how this goes. I think it's the first ever of its kind on Crunchyroll, so there's that. Like, if this does really well, then they might be doing it even more, especially because anime movies, even though they get great reception in theaters, obviously because of how the world is right now, we can't exactly go to the theaters. So if this becomes more of a norm, that's fantastic. It also, in a sense, saves you money, right? Because you don't have to go pay for a movie ticket. You just have to pay monthly, if you don't already, for the Crunchyroll subscription. So there's that. If you love anime, there you go. This might be an enticing thing that could potentially happen, but it's super sick seeing that they're gonna have like a little movie night, first ever of its kind. At least I think on Crunchyroll, a little viewing party. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I know they've posted movies to Crunchyroll before that either previously released, but I think this one's legit just gonna be cool. Viewing party, anime film, officially coming to Crunchyroll. Goblin Slayer, Goblin's Crown. So there's that.
Yeah, it's really, really cool that they're doing that. Yeah, Crunchyroll is always doing some really, really cool, interesting things. Like, I don't know if you saw, but maybe like a week ago or so, I saw like an advertisement for it was like this collab with Crunchyroll and Megan the Stallion.
Oh, I
Um,
did. That was so cool. Yeah, go ahead if you want to talk about it
yeah,
more. Yeah.
yeah. It was just they were showing like it was like shirts and like like this long sleeve sweater and stuff like that, and it had like Megan the Stallion like her name and like Japanese lettering and like Crunchyroll, like the logo stuff like that. It looked really fucking cool. And it had like an anime version of Megan Thee Stallion in
Yeah.
one of the shirts. Like it was really really cool to
hmm
see something like that. So I hope that came from because Megan Thee Stallion likes anime,
Yeah,
not
that
just
was
because
literally what I was gonna ask. I was like, does she like anime? Because if that's the case, that makes it even cooler. Like, if this is a straight
yeah,
up passion collab, that's sick as heck.
that would that would really really yeah that would be really 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 cool if like yeah exactly if she actually likes anime if it's not just like I mean even if it was just a thing like oh well here's Crunchyroll trying to make
A
a
quick buck.
collab with
Yeah.
with someone like on the outside that's like for try to get a wider like reach to consumers and things like that. It's still cool, but like it would have been like it really knocks it up a couple notches if Megan Thee Stallion actually watches anime.
True.
But yeah, that seems like that covers the
That's it.
news.
That's the news segment.
Oh my God. That's it, everybody. Thank you for the news, Hector. Thank you
No problem. No
for
problem.
the news. I screwed that one up again. um, moving on from that right there from the little news, we have a trailer drop first
Oh my God, I
here.
can't believe we're gonna talk about it. Let's go.
First here ever at the Bento Boxcast Day. We're going to talk about. We're going to do a reaction to a trailer that just came out. Shout out to John
Mm-hmm.
from the Playing Pod with Alex and John over there, the Geek Jar Boys. He brought this up to us right before we started recording. He brought this up to us. So it is called Digimon Final Evolution Kizuna English dub trailer. So it is. I don't know if you guys have been following. I kind of dropped off of this anime, but it's something that I always have in mind. I want to go back to, but they're kind of, in a sense, I don't want to say retelling, but they're kind of going through Digimon again, called with Digimon Try,
Mm-hmm.
right? Am I
Yeah,
am I
yeah.
am I wrong here? No, am I
No, you're
correct?
correct. Yeah.
And it seems like with this new trailer that just came out, they are, in a sense, going to end the story of as we know him as Tai from the English dub. I don't know if that's his name in the Japanese version. I don't know if they changed it or not. I'm assuming it's a different name.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll look it up, but go ahead and keep talking about it.
Pretty sure it's like Kasuna or whatever. Um, but yeah, like especially for with us, one man watching this trailer, like it got on my feels a little bit. It opens up with the as we know the original Dustin. Yes, the Dustin. I remember that. Um, and they're older. They're like in high school and college. I'm assuming they're like getting out of high school. I don't know exactly what age they are. And they're talking about like how they're connected to their Digimon, and the trailer pretty much is saying like, hey, at a certain point, you're gonna lose connection to your Digimon, pretty much. Which is it's super sad. Oh my God, all these years we've always seen Tai with with Agumon and the other ones. I forgot the rest of the
The only
Digidestin.
one I remember is Biomon, which is the pink bird. Oh,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
and Kabuterimon, which is the beetle.
Yeah, Kawutarimon. I remember that too. I remember that too. Um, so yeah, I think it's really cool to see them uh go into because they've been giving a lot of love to Digimon, especially
They
these past
have.
few years. Like crazy, like and the show itself it looks great. Like the animation was really good, and it looks like they're really going to their story as the original Digidust and how they're when they're older and things like that, which is always really awesome to see them going back and looking into stuff like that. It had Butterfly playing like this. I think it's like the opening song to the original to Digimon Try. It just the way that trailer fit, like it moved. I was set. I haven't seen Digimon in years. I dropped Digimon Try, and I'm ready to watch this. I'm ready to see this. Like it. The trailer did its job for me. It moved me. Just seeing them like, oh, what are we gonna do? Like, oh, we're gonna lose connection. We're not gonna, be together. We're not remember each other or whatever. Like, the stakes are high, pretty much, right? And it's like, I just love it. I love it how this friendship, this pretty much a lifetime long of friendship
Hmm.
is coming to an end, and it looks like it's not just affecting Ty. It looks like it's also going to affect some of the other Digi Dustin. By what the trailer was showing us. Also, by the way, it also looks like from Digimon season two. I think season two. No, season two continues with the original. I think season three or whatever. The guys with the guy
With the blue guy.
with the blue
His name was
dinosaur
Vmon.
guy. Vmon, yeah. Vmon, and then there was that one like Native American bird Digimon.
Yeah,
They you see them for like a split
you
second.
do. So I think it affects every single Digimon ever. So of course that encompasses the other Digidestined.
You're
So
right.
it's
So
gonna be sick.
that's really cool. Actually, or with the original run of Digimon, I stopped watching after that second run, after the blue guy, the Vmon, and then those guys after they
Hmm.
were done, I stopped watching it.
Wow, really?
'Cause right, yeah, because then what was after that? What was
After them
after?
was So it was like the card one where like you would swipe a card and then your Digimon, right, would get an upgrade or like a weapon or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Um,
with the big red
yeah,
dinosaur guy.
I
Okay,
actually
yeah.
really like that one.
Okay, I stopped watching it after that.
And then there was also the one where like you became the Digimon, like you would
That was
swipe the.
stupid.
I actually like that one too.
I mean, well,
um,
I thought that was
that one was my
stupid.
least favorite, but I still liked it. Um, yeah, it was that one, and then I forgot where it goes from there. I think it took like a weird turn at some point after that one where you can turn into the Digimon. But yeah, dude, like Digimon has gone through like crazy ups and downs. It's the exact opposite of Pokemon. Um,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, I mean, this one is really really sick. I honestly hope they don't involve those guys that can turn into Digimon because that literally would make no
No,
sense.
no.
Um,
I don't think they're connected. I think the only like canon, like actual connection is between the original Digidestin and the
mhm,
guy and Vmon and them. I think those are the only two that are actually connected story-wise
mhm.
because the guy with the red, if I remember the stories correctly, the I the the group with the red big dinosaur guy, the dumb dinosaur
Yeah.
Digimon. Apparently that was in this world because they were playing Digimon. That's why they have all the cards.
Okay, 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 okay. I think I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So I don't. I think
okay,
other than the first two groups, I don't think the rest are connected. I think the rest are on its own, like their own thing.
okay.
Um, and which it's really cool to see because I don't even remember. Well, to be fair, they really screwed up. They really fudged up the Digimon movie when they brought it over here
Yeah,
to
true.
to us. Because the Digimon movie that we got here in the United States is actually from three movies, and they just kind of stitched them together like a Frankenstein monster, and it
I did
really
not know
screwed it
that.
all up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So like if you remember the opening of Digimon where it shows Tai and I forgot the name of his little sister, but like remember when they got the Agumon's egg and then like it grew and it was really freaking huge and then fought that bird Digimon
Uh-huh.
like in the middle of like in Japan or like Tokyo wherever they lived. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah.
The opening scene that itself is his own separate short like story film thing. Like that is not connected to anything. Like that's like a pilot episode, I guess. Like kind of like they did that to kind of show like, hey, this is the idea we have for Digimon. Like this is what we want to do. Like
Really?
these
That
digital
it was such
monsters.
a sick or like I thought it was
Yeah.
fantastic. I loved it a lot.
It's almost like I don't want to say I'm not 100% sure if it was like a pilot episode type thing, but like it was something kind of like to show off, like, hey, this is what we have idea. This is the plan that we have for this story for these characters or whatever, and that's what it was to just kind of show it off, pretty much to kind of get
Okay.
people enticed into it. So like that itself was separate because if you watch Digimon the show, the that doesn't connect to the movie. Like it's a whole different origin story for them.
Yeah.
You know, if you so that and that's the reason why, because that little short opening of the Digimon movie that we know, it's actually its own separate thing that's not connected to the actual story itself that we know from the show from the show. So then it goes into the movie itself,
Uh-huh.
where they have to fight the it's the virus, right? Yeah, it's the
Hmm.
virus thing, the virus monster, and then Agumon and the dog Digimon become together. And they call it Onionmon or something like that. I remember that. Um,
Oh,
that
true. And
itself,
yeah.
that itself is one movie, right?
Okay.
That's originally the Digimon movie. That one right there. But then I don't even remember. After they defeat the virus Digimon, it continues on with the next
I
group,
do remember that. Yeah.
and that itself is a different movie. It's a whole separate movie.
Oh, and they put all three of them
They put them all
together.
three together and
Oh
they send it out to us.
yeah.
And I remember watching it like when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, Digimon, fuck yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
okay, that's what I
Like
remember.
Yeah, like I didn't really like I didn't connect the thought the I was watching the thoughts. I didn't connect the dots or like whatever, like how why was it so jumbled up and messed up or whatever.
Hmm.
But then we watching it again a few years later, I was like, wait, this doesn't really make much sense. Like why how is it why are they time jumping and like why is it this and that and like so then I ended up looking into it and then when you look into it, you've pretty much figured out like, oh shit. Oh dang, they did this for whatever reason. They decided to throw all these two movies and like this little short film together and make Digimon the movie for here in the United States or whatever. And I wish they didn't. They really screwed it up. With the we could have had some really good like just by
Some
itself like the
great
first
Digimon
movie
movies,
and
yeah.
yeah um and other than that, there's two things that I remember about the Digimon movie is that opening. I don't even remember this, but like for whatever reason, they had like a little opening sketch thing where it had like a I think it was Nick. I think it was either Nick or Disney Channel. Like it had like a they put their own characters in there. Like it had like a little short um like a little short like sketch or whatever where like it was like a cartoon character. No, it was more like fuck. I don't even know how to explain it. Like it was like a paper. Like it was a girl and she's like black and white and she looks like she's made out of paper. And like there's a bunch of kids standing in line to go see Digimon, and then she tries to cut the line or something. Like, do you remember what I'm talking about?
No, man. I'm like trying to sit
Dude, this
here
is
like trying to remember, but I don't. I don't know
This is
why.
straight at the beginning. This is like straight at the beginning of the movie. Like you know how like Pixar puts like a little short film
Yeah.
for
I
like the
mean, like
main.
I get what you're trying to say, like the idea of
Okay,
it,
okay,
but
okay.
like I'm trying to remember this opening
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't.
It was like it was weird because they were going to go see Digimon, and everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna go see Digimon, and the characters were fucking annoying. It's like, what is this? Like, why are they putting this here? Like, this has nothing to do with Digimon. And um, yeah, for those out there who are listening and know what I'm talking about, can you just help me out here? Because all I remember is this girl. She's annoying. She has like freckles,
Oh my god, I
and
just looked it up and I remember. I
you
remember.
remember?
Oh my
Yeah.
god. She was like going to the movie theater with their friends and like they're eating the popcorn and
Yes.
watching the Digimon movie. Oh my
Yes.
god. I literally
They
just
put
looked
that
it
in there.
up.
Like, why they put that there? Like, what does that have to do with Digimon? They're
Oh,
just
and then
straight
she
advertising.
transforms into a Digimon because that's like her like explaining what's going on. That dude, this is I wow, that just blew my whole mind. Oh my god.
Yes, I was like, why is this here?
Oh
Why is
my
this here?
god.
Yes, yes, sir. And while you come back from shock, the other thing I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna forget about Digimon the movie is this the opening scene where they have Kids of America playing
We're the
and
kids
like
of America.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
I love that.
When yeah, that whole opening, I just love that whole opening where like I forget the name of the girl, but like Ty got her mad or whatever because he forgot her birthday or some shit. I
Uh-huh.
can't remember the exact reason, but like he's like running and like he's trying to like apologize or whatever. He's like calling people up and stuff. It's yeah, that's a really really fun opening, and I mean, Kids of America, it's a good song.
Every
Like
time I
that's
hear
just
Kids of America, I just think of Nathan. We're the kids in America.
I, I think about Digimon the movie.
We're the kids in America.
Um, but moving on from that, I think it's really cool to see them kind of closing the chapter on a character like that.
For sure.
Because they tend not to, or like what with. Well, I mean, it depends. It depends. It really depends on the characters, whatever. I was gonna say Ash, but like as an example of them not doing it, because Ash has been out here
True.
for years and years, but it seems like you were saying, it seems like they're gonna close the door on Ash, so who knows?
Oh
Um,
man.
the one thing that I do want to say is that I could be in the wrong here because I haven't seen Digimon Try,
Uh-huh.
but like originally with the second group of the Digidestin with Veemon and them, you see the original Digidestin when they're older, when
Yeah,
they're actual adults and stuff like that.
yeah.
Like,
So I remember like vividly. The main character, or I don't want to really call him the main character because technically the Digidestined are all the main characters, but the guy with Veemon, he specifically like idolizes Ty.
hmm
So he specifically idolizes Ty. And he wants, and he, I think he's actually like trying to get on the soccer team. And at that point, like, the blonde guy, I think his name is Matt or something. The blonde guy and Ty are both on the soccer team, and so like he's trying to, join their clique, join their group. And then he also likes I want to say her name is Kari, Kyrie.
Kyrie, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of those two, right?
The little sister of Ty.
Yeah, so he like likes his little sister, but also there's like Matt's little brother who has I forgot his name, but the little dude with like the big ears that can fly. He's like
He
orange
turns
and white.
into Angelmon or
Yeah.
whatever.
And then the cat obviously is Kari's. But yeah, like he likes her and things like that. But I remember like seeing him try to, like, he has like the goggles just like Ty, except his are different. And then he's trying to join the soccer team and things like that. So I remember that. And also I did watch a little bit of Digimon Try, and they do show those guys here and there. Like they're not like proficient characters that pop up all the time, but they do, you see them here and there.
Yeah, but my point is that at the end of those guys' storyline, you see the original, you see Ty, you see all of them, the main guys, right?
Hmm.
Or from the first
Like they
season.
pop up here and there, yeah.
Not just that they pop up. At the end of the show, like at the last episode, they show up, but they're adults. They're grown up. Like they do a time
Oh, I
skip.
remember that. Yeah, because they're going back to the digital world and like bringing their kids
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay.
Like some of them are together, some of them have kids. They're adults. Like they're straight adults. You know what I'm saying? So like are they kind of like retconning that? Like
I was literally
is that
just about to
still
ask. Yeah.
yeah, I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. Like I haven't watched Digimon try to have that answer, and I should I've been wanting to, but I should really go back and watch
It was
it,
a good
see,
watch.
and maybe there is a connection that we just don't know because you both of us haven't seen it,
Hmm.
to really have that answer. But like because that's the original story, you see them how they are when they're adults. You see who they get together with. They have kids, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. Like they're straight adults. They have credit. They're doing all that shit, right?
They have credit.
Um, so how does this, if it does connect, how does it connect? How because it can't, right? Because
Yeah, I would say it's
well,
probably a
depending
retcon.
because depending, yeah, I would say depending because how they're in the new in this Digimon trailer, they're saying like, hey, at a certain point you're gonna lose connection with your Digimon, and if you do certain things, it's gonna accelerate that process.
Hmm.
But in the original ending, they were adults or whatever, and they're still hanging out with their Digimon.
Hmm.
So like they unless they retcon it, they're gonna have to do some flips, some dives, some somersaults to explain it pretty much. This is one thing I wanted to bring up because I remember that clearly. I remember that I was like, "Whoa, why are they adults?" Like that like
Yeah.
kind of blew my mind when I
So,
saw that.
I did watch probably the first half of Digimon Try. And I could tell that they were doing some more adult-esque um topics, obviously, because Digimon was more of a lighthearted kid show. So they were definitely like diving into the realm of I guess the biggest example I can give is like the difference between the Last Airbender versus Legend of Korra. Like I feel like that's what they did. That's the comparison, the direct comparison, where like they went from just nice fluffy kids TV show to more of a teen mature type of vibe. And I think they did for sure retcon a few things from what I do remember. But
Mhm.
they definitely, like I said, moved into the more of the adult topics, more of the, oh, they're dating, they're older, they have you know lives to live after high school. What are they gonna do? Things like that. So I do agree too. I see, the thing is, I really love that ending. After like season 2 or 3, whatever it was, with Vemon and them. Um, I love that they were all adults. I love that you saw that, Ty was with, I think the girl that had Biomon maybe, and then like Matt was with somebody else, and this and that. But I really like that ending a lot. So maybe they'll just do like, hey, this happened before this type thing, or they might retcon it and then it might be different. But I still, at the end of the day, I still hope that they do something like where this person ended up with this person, and this is what happened years after the event in the movie that we're about to watch. And they kind of do a little epilogue to the epilogue, um, within the movie itself. Like, don't give me another another movie or a special OVA type thing. But yeah.
Hmm. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think that it's gonna end, and it's gonna kind of do a thing where like they say goodbye or whatever.
Uh huh.
But I don't think they're gonna show like an epilogue or what the or them afterwards. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna leave that open ended. That's what they tend to do
Yeah, which
with
is sad.
endings.
I mean, I would love to see. Yeah, man. There's just a lot. I would love to see an ending for the ending, just to see how things are. But it is what it is. I do agree. There's a lot of open-ended animes out there, and just things like
Yeah,
that. The fact that we're getting this itself is still even leaps and bounds of a difference
yeah,
from like
it's
other animes that have never gotten epilogues or things like that. So,
right, exactly. Speaking of wanting to see how things turn out for some of these anime characters, I have a question for you, Hector.
oh, lay it on me.
If there's any anime characters or anime shows or whatever, would you like to see a epilogue or a nice bow, a nice way they wrap up their story,
Oh.
or where they've been a few years, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
if there's any anime character you can pick, who would it be and why? Do you really see where they've been, how their life turned out, or whatever? I guess I'm wording it weird, but I feel like you know what I'm saying.
I completely understand. So I can't give you a full reason, because it will be in the 100% spoiler conversation. Um, it is for Tanjiro of a Demon Slayer of Kimetsu no Yaiba. Uh, I want a freaking epilogue for this guy. Uh, the manga's ended, as I think I spoke about in like a few episodes ago on the pod. And there were a lot of people that hated the ending, me included. And I truly, truly, truly wish I could get a better epilogue, an epilogue in general for Tanjiro. Um, the way the manga ended is gonna leave a very poor taste in like the scenes itself for the ending were fantastic, but then the one chapter, if not two chapters of epilogue that they gave the show, ruined it. In my opinion, it was one of those that literally fell straight on their face. They couldn't stick the landing, and I just want a far better epilogue for Tanjiro than what they gave him. That's the 100% character that I would absolutely love to see something different for. If it's only in the anime, that's completely fine with me. They don't need to make a manga chapter for it. The manga's done. It's in the coffin. But just give me something different in the anime. Like, oh man, Tanjiro is such a great character. Just the Demon Slayer in general show is such a great show. So I'm super excited to see the movie when it comes out and everything. But just knowing what's inevitably coming makes me very, very sad. So that's for sure the number one on my list.
Okay, okay.
But
Anything else or
yeah,
any?
um, hmm, it's not necessarily well, okay. The thing is, like, it's nowhere near being done. But My Hero, I want to see like Deku post like whatever happens to him in My Hero Academia. Like, of course we know his inevitable future, which is being the greatest superhero of all time, in My Hero Academia's universe. But at the same time, like, what happens afterwards? Like, obviously we don't know because the show and manga are nowhere near done. But that's one that I like. I really hope. Again, this is all like just. I really hope they stick the landing. It's super
Hmm.
important to how huge the show is. And something else that kind of falls in the same line of this is like it's more of sticking the landing than having an epilogue, or I guess in general just having an epilogue, right? And a good one is One Piece as well. Um, I just need. I need my favorite characters in anime in general to have great endings, or else I'm gonna be livid. Like I was already super mad with Demon Slayer. I want to see these guys have a great, ending as well. But for a show that it has already ended, right, and that I really want to see a epilogue to, man, that's kind of. I mean, there's just so much. Oh, actually, no, I have the perfect one. I would love to see more of Naruto, like with him in adult years before him becoming Hokage, like and things like that, which is a huge spoiler. But at the same time, but it's been years, bro. If you haven't watched Naruto, then
Isn't he?
that's on you.
Is isn't he Hokage when Boruto starts?
Yeah, yeah. He's Hokage when Boruto starts. And then there's also like a so at the end of like Naruto, right? You see him complete like the his fight against the big bad, the ultimate evil. And then you kind of get like 3 episodes of, or actually no, there's like filler-ish episodes towards like his wedding with Hinata. Again, if you haven't watched it, I'm just straight up spoiling stuff for you. But again, it's been years, so get with the times. We get to Hinata's wedding, and then after that, we get to his induction ceremony where his daughter, because he has his son and daughter during that time, um, knocks him out with like her being the youngest person to ever have the Byakugan, and like that was the funniest thing. I don't know if you ever watched that, but
I saw that clip. Yeah.
yeah, I love that. But I just want to see more. Like we see, him saying "I love you" to Hinata in the movie, but I just wish I got more of him and just him as an adult or growing adult and things like that, and see more of his journey. Granted, we see him as a father, which is fantastic in Boruto. He's not the best father, but at the same time, he's doing his best, at least what he thinks he is. But yeah, I just wish we got more from him. As much as I like
Um,
Boruto, but eh.
are you keeping up with Boruto, or is that like kind of still
Um,
like on the side?
so right now it's on the back burner because they're doing that thing where they just put hella filler. They're
Mm.
trying to essentially put a pillow in between them and what's happening in the manga because the manga is lit. I'm reading that and that is fantastic. It only comes out once every, I want to say once a month, if not once every 3-4 weeks. That's literally a month's time. At once every 3 weeks,
Mm.
if not a month. And they're trying to give themselves enough cushion to be like, all right, well, we're gonna start making production on the actual, things you guys want to see. But right now they're doing super filler episodes, and they're just as bad, if not worse, than the Naruto fillers. And I absolutely hated the Naruto fillers.
Yikes. Mm.
So I'm just avoiding watching it for the most part. Like I love Mitsuki, I love Sarada, and I love Boruto, but I just can't bear myself to watch some of these filler episodes. There are so many characters. Like at least in Naruto, there were some characters that you cared about, like Kiba and Hinata and I forget the bug dude, but like Rock Lee and all these people. But like in this one, there's just so many characters where like I just don't care. Like I don't care to watch a filler episode. I in Boruto alone, I think I've skipped more episodes than I did in Naruto, just because they're
Damn.
filler episodes and I don't care to watch it. Some of the storylines and stuff in Boruto is fantastic. I love that he's so much smarter than his dad when he was his age, and I love just the different dynamic that they both are as characters from Naruto's past and him and his continuing future. But other than that, man, like yeah, I can thoroughly say that I've skipped more episodes in Boruto than I did in Naruto. And granted, yeah, I was a different age, but like now at least I know what I want, and these fillers are not it, man. Some of these fillers are
Yeah.
terrible, um, and I just couldn't bear to watch it. But yeah, other than that,
Um.
that's what it is.
So, just really quick
Yeah, yeah,
question about that. So is Naruto, is he not that big part of the story? Like, I know it's called Boruto,
yeah.
you're following the son, but
Mhm.
like, does he kind of just show up every once in a while and there's a dad joke and then kind of, fudges off or
Um,
whatever?
No, I've noticed that they're starting to add more Naruto in it, because obviously that's what people want to see. As much as Boruto is hated and loved, they don't really care for him as much, obviously, because Naruto's the biggest thing that everybody cares about. But he has his moments where, like, at the beginning, he made a huge role because it was just showing how much Boruto hated him, and then Boruto got over his hate and started to understand his dad and things like that, you know. And then
Mm.
after a while, he'd make like little, and it's a bad way of explaining it, but little cameos. Like for example, once they kind of wanted to do less and less of Naruto, there's a part where like Boruto was chasing a bad guy, right? And he got on this train and dipped off. And they're like, "Oh man, we couldn't do it, but at least I saved what I was supposed to save." And then out of nowhere, you see like a yellow flash pass by them, and then at the end of like the song, right, the ending, you see that it was actually Naruto who was in Kurama form and like just bolted past them and like stopped the bandit and caught him. So like little things like that, which I thought, oh, that's sick. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. But of course, then at that point, I'd be like, man, I want to see more. I want to see more Naruto, and that's kind of what they just started doing. Um, they just pepper him in here and there, and like they'll add him for like story explanation, like, oh, we need to send Boruto and Squad 7 to the Earth Kingdom, like, Naruto, can you approve? And then you'll see him in it, or like little story points that he'll be involved in and things like that. But he does, I wouldn't say a prominent, super prominent role, but he's in there. Like he's in the show quite a bit.
Okay, okay, okay. No, yeah, I was just wondering. For me,
Mm-hmm.
it really depends on the show. It really depends how the show ends itself. For example, K-On! I want to see them because I just love K-On! I want to see them in their college years and see all what if they continue to play music together or whatever whatever shenanigans they get themselves into, or for example, oh, I don't want to spoil it for you because there's something else that kind of comes up.
In K-On?
Um, in K-On! Yeah.
Okay. I actually pretty far.
Oh, how far are you?
I haven't finished it, but I'm a little bit past the new character at being added. The
Okay,
Yeah.
she's awesome. That's as Asuka or Azunya. Excuse me, she is the best. One of the best. Well, I mean, they're all the best. So, but yeah, like I just want to see their story continue. Pretty much. I just haven't gotten my fill yet of K-On! You know, I want to see them and when them out of high school and if they continue with their music and stuff like that, right? Like for sure, K-On! Is one of those things I just want to see more of that. Um, I want to see spoiler everybody spoiler. I want to see how what happens after they stop Light from Death Note
Okay.
because uh yeah, like I said, spoiler at the end of Death Note they stop Light. They actually stop him. They kill him. They kill him like in this warehouse thing. They shoot him or whatever. And you're like, all right, we stopped the serial killer guy, right? That's great. But like I want to see what happens to the world afterwards. Like what's the ripple effect of it, right?
Hmm.
Um
If somebody else gets the book,
especially
or
like is yeah, like what happens like does Ryu just pick up the book and just, fudges off and goes back to the Shinigami realm or does he give it to somebody else? What happens with the people who live close who knew Light, right? Like the dad, because the dad finds out. The dad knows at the end of the story. The
hmm
dad knows that he was Kira. So like, what happens with the dad and the mom, the sister, and the just the people who actually lived and interacted with Light on a personal level. How does their life get affected, right? Like, do they get shunned by the rest of the society because, like, oh, you're the family of that killer guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and also, how does it affect society in general, the world in general, right? Like, so much has happened. Like, Light literally, what Light did was world changing, and he, and if you out there, listeners, agree or disagree with whatever he was doing, at the end of the day, he kind of did what he wanted to do was, well, he wanted to be the ruler of the new world, pretty much. He wanted to be
Yeah.
like the new god in a sense, but he wanted to change the world. That was kind of like another thing he wanted to do. He wanted to shake things up, which he, in my opinion, I feel like he did, right? Because this guy came out of nowhere and he's killing people left and right, and people just don't know how he's doing it. Like and they got the world, the government, not just the Japanese government, the United States government. Like, you got everybody, the whole world is like, yo, we got to figure this shit out. We got to figure out what's going on here. Why is this going on? So like he impacted the world on a grand level, on a level that's not going to be the same.
Uh-huh.
Now, saying that, I just reminded myself that I don't know if it's out yet, but I remember reading this article talking about that there's if it's not already out, there is going to be a one shot manga
Oh.
of this character. It's after it's in Death Note. It's the same universe of Death Note. Um, it's so it's after Light dies, another character gets the Death Note.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
so it's in the same storyline. It's in the same storyline. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know what happens. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure if it's in the same storyline, a lot of my questions will be answered in that in that one shot manga.
Mm-hmm.
Like because it shows the characters afterwards or whatever. Um, but I would like to see it animated. I'd like to see like an OVA or something. I don't know. I don't know. That's just one thing I want to see. Again, my want of that could already have been answered because, like I said, if it's not out, they're planning on working on it. This one shot manga where they kind of do a little, I guess like an epilogue. That's not pretty much. Another one
Mm-hmm.
is Naruto from Fooly Cooly, the original run of
Oh.
Fooly Cooly, the
Okay.
6 episodes. I would like to see where he ended up, or like where maybe like in high school or whatever. Just kind of see like how he grew up, pretty much. Um, the next 2 seasons of Fooly Cooly, he's nowhere to be found. It doesn't involve the same characters at all, so it's like it's other than I forgot her name. uh, and other than Haruko, other than her, um, she's the only thread connected to the all 3 seasons. Because she's chasing the Pirate King.
Okay.
Other than that, it's yeah, like I like to see. He's a cool character. I really enjoyed him. I really enjoyed seeing him grow up as a kind of mature in a sense, like kind of mature in a way of seeing like, hey, uh, at the end of the day, I'm still a kid. I still have time to grow and things like that. I shouldn't try to rush myself to be an adult. That's pretty much the lesson that he ended up learning at the end of the show.
Okay.
And I like to see where he is, when he's older and things like that. But uh, I feel like not all anime characters kind of need a recap or an epilogue or whatever. For example, another spoiler. I'm going to spoil another show here, guys. Angel Beats. I know I brought this show up before. Um, so the main guy, he ends up falling in love with this girl in the purgatory high school thing they're at. Um, and and she's kind of like the person that kind of keeps everybody in line, pretty much. You know, like at the beginning they call her Angel. I think they call her Angel or something like that. At the beginning they think that she's part of like the system in a sense. Like she's not a human or like or human soul or whatever. They think she's just like part of the system trying to keep them in check. But then you find out that she's actually was a human that died and ended up there with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So then like the main guy falls in love with her, and they love each other pretty much. They fall in love with each other, and then they end up after. the main guy helps everybody else kind of like find closure and then be able to move on to the afterlife. Um, he helps her find closure, and then eventually he also moves on. That scene was like heartbreak. I That scene was so sad. I was
Oof.
like my heart. I was crying. Um, so like you see them, move on pretty much, and then it's like that. And it's like it's bittersweet because they love each other. They want to be together, but are you willing to kind of give up the afterlife? Are you willing to stay in this purgatory type of state just to be together? Clearly, like, no, they didn't want that at the end of the day because they ended up moving on. But the show does this really cool thing at the end where it shows them, in a sense, like it's almost like they reincarnated, I guess, right? Like it shows the main guy walking down the street, and then the main girl, Angel, walks right past him, right?
Mhm.
And you don't see their face, but you see like their like kind of like their hair, or whatever. Like they shouldn't have in a way where you kind of see them. And she walks past them, and then like he kind of like stops, almost like if he remembers her, like he recognized her, right?
Mhm.
And then like he turns around, and like he reaches to touch her, or to like kind of like stop her, like hey, I think I know you, type of thing. But then it flashes white and it ends. So then you don't know if he actually was able to get in touch with her, were they able to reconnect again, or whatever. Like the show doesn't answer that for you, and I actually like that. I think that was really really awesome way to end it. Like, because you're like, did he? Did he not? Like, you just don't know. Like, it's just, I thought it was really, I thought it was a really nice ending. Kind of giving you that hope, that chance. Like, hey, even though they've been reincarnated, even though they're living a different life now, there's still chances that they might still get together at the end of the day. The power of love or whatever. It was
Ooh.
really touching. Yeah, and I kind of like they didn't. I like that they didn't show uh, it didn't show the ending. It didn't show where they went. It didn't, it didn't show if he actually was able to reach out and talk to her or whatever. Like, I really like that they left it really open ended. Like I was saying, that's the point I'm trying to make is that depending on the show, depending on them, the characters, I don't mind if they leave it open ended or not. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's just the point that I wanted to make. But don't, but for sure,
Hmm.
we need 10 more seasons of K-On! Guaranteed, and 5 movies of K-On! We need more K-On! Just wanted to make that clear.
I mean, I can see where the roller coaster's going with this K-On! Thing. All right, I vibe with it. I don't know about 10 seasons. I got to get to the end first, and then the movie as well. But all right, those are some pretty
Yeah,
interesting
that
picks. Okay.
that's how I feel. But speaking of anime, which this is the whole podcast revolves around, we have another little nice talking point we have here sketched out for us that we're going to talk about. It says here, does fan service actually hurt anime, or does it just add more to the culture?
Ooh.
Now, uh, for me, I don't think it adds to the culture. I just feel like it's part of the culture. It's part of the anime scene, and it's something that I feel like it's not going to go anywhere.
Hmm.
And specifically when listeners, specifically when we mean fan service, we mean more in a sense of um, showing ass and titties, pretty much, right? Like that. I feel like being kind of sexually driven, or like kind of showing you like kind of naughty stuff and things like that. The when people say fan service and related to anime, that tends to be what they're referring to. Because fan service could just mean anything, right? Just
True.
like a cameo of a certain character, or like a reference to a different show, things like that. Certain anime have done that in the past, where they reference a different show, or they show a background characters from a different show, things like that, right? But what we're specifically talking about is talking about etchy fan service, the camera angles, or like the show where the girls are sumo wrestling with their boobs and their butts and stuff like that, right? Like that's fan service, right? That's the what we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
here. Um, I don't think it adds to the culture. I just think it's part of the culture. It's just something that just it's one of the crazy shit that anime can get got himself into. You know, like for example, when you tell someone, oh, I watch anime, one of the things they talk about, or one of if they want to talk shit, um, if they want to talk bad about anime, they're like, oh, so you watch that tentacle cartoon stuff, right? You watch that tentacle cartoon porn or whatever,
Oof.
right? Right? So like there's a stigma when it comes to like fan service into anime and stuff like that. So I feel like it doesn't help it for sure. It does not help it at all because that's the thing that people are always going to go back and gripe on. That's the thing that people are always going to go back and say, well, you watch that you watch that tentacle porn stuff, huh? Or you watch that the little high school girls in their bikinis, huh? Right? So like there's a stigma when it comes to anime. And as an example, Hector,
Mm-hmm.
of what we're talking about here, there's an article that I brought up to you earlier today. It's a
Yes, you
really
did.
gnarly article, man. It's really some
Very.
gnarly stuff here. So in Australia, the most gnarliest places to live in, the craziest place. I would never live in Australia. Never, ever, ever. I might visit. No, actually, no. I don't think I ever would visit because that plane ride's is crazy as
I
that
heard you
plane
have to
ride
go
is gonna mind
from
blowing.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter where we say we're from. Chicago to LA and then take LA to Australia.
Do you know how many hours that is?
I heard it's like probably over 20 hours.
Oh,
Uh
yuck. Oh my God.
yeah, but no,
The
they have some crazy ass animals there, which is why
oh hell
like
yeah.
that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't want to go. There's like apparently spiders that are enormous and like it's not that I'm afraid of
Anything,
spiders, but there's just some crazy animals over there.
anything and everything in Australia can kill you, from the bugs to the kangaroos to the desert. You don't want to be in Australia. You don't want to be out there. Nothing wrong with Australia, other than the killer animals and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure the people are good there. But yeah, no, I don't think I ever want to visit Australia. I'm pretty sure it's a beautiful place, like with Sydney and
Oh, for
stuff like
sure.
that. But
So
no, yeah, I'm not willing to risk.
specifically, the flight to Sydney is 21 hours, and then the flight to Melbourne, which is at the bottom right tip of the continent, is 2 days and 7 hours from
Oh
Chicago.
my
I could
God.
not be in a plane
Oh
for
my
that long.
God. I I want to visit Japan because I love anime so
Uh
much,
huh.
and I cringe of the thought of have to be in an airplane for like what was it, like 16 hours,
Yeah,
15
something around there.
hours?
That.
Being on a plane for 2 days, bro? No, man, I'm straight, man. I'll Google Maps it. I'll just look at it through Google Maps. Um, but anyways, as you listeners out there, you may or may not know, especially if you're gamers,
Mm-hmm.
this has come up a couple of times. Australia tends to be very, very, very strict with their media, with their entertainment media that they receive, what they have over there. Um, well, as an example, of some of the video games, they tend to be very strict with video games. They tend to be very restrictive of what could be sold there, what could be bought there, what has to be censored, things like that. Like there, I forgot which South Park game it was. I think it was a Stick of Truth. They had to remove the whole section out of that game to be sold in
Whoa!
Australia.
What?
Yeah, it was either heavily censored or a section of the game had to be removed. I'm not 100% which one it is, but
What?
something like that did happen
Okay.
with Australia. Like Australia does not play. They don't play. Like if the government thinks like, bro, like nah, if they think like it's wrong and they don't want the people to see it, they will censor it. They'll shut it down pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
As an example of what we're talking about today, um, Australia, those are legislator out there in Australia. They said, hey, uh, you guys got a chain store here that sells manga, and there's a few titles here that you know what that right there looks like child pornography to me.
Jesus.
Oof, oof. capital OOF. Oof.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah, ouchies. Now we're not gonna sit here and be like, oh well, what the fuck are they talking about? Japan's not. They're not. They have some muddy waters over there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they're hella sus. They're sus on some of these topics, right?
Some of the art they make is just like
It,
it's
it's pretty
not.
sus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, bro, come on, like, come on, yo, come on, like, really, but what we're talking about is that the the over there in Australia, they pulled about six different titles
Oh.
of manga, and they straight pull it off the shelf. You cannot buy them in Australia anymore. They're gone. They're banned, right? They're out of here. Spray them, right? For sure, one of them is one of Hector's favorites. Beloved, a beloved anime of Hector's.
It is indeed.
And I don't know if I don't know if you read the manga, but you for sure love it. The anime is Sword Art Online.
Ooh, no, I don't read the manga, but that's. I mean, I don't know. That one's a. I want to say that
Now,
one's hard to debate, because I
what
feel like it
I've
doesn't,
seen from the,
but I don't know.
well, I mean, I was gonna say for what I've seen from the anime, I don't know how the fuck they made that connection.
Yeah,
You
that's what I was
know,
gonna say. But I mean, the season two, you know, what I'm talking about that specific scene with the dude and Asuna. Um, like
true.
that's the only part I can think of. But at the same time, that's like literally the only part that I can think of like where it's like, oh, red flag. All right, it's not okay at all. But like to ban a whole production or selling of the
The
manga because
manga.
of that,
Yeah.
like that's I don't know. Like one little instance where it just kind of doesn't ever happen again for the most part. And it's not even like they're doing the whole opie thing either. Like there aren't women who have like boisterous, breasts and things like that in that show. They're all little kids for the most part. Um, they don't show anything like crazy. So that one is kind of really surprising. Um,
Yeah, like I never
Kind of a
like
stretch, but I don't
yes,
know.
yes, Kirito does have like his harem of girls or whatever, but
Hmm.
like not once I was like, yo, like that's straight. That's straight a child in your harem, Kirito. Like that never crossed my mind.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm just gonna read the list of the manga that got pulled
Yeah,
really
please.
quickly. Sword Art Online, that's one of them we just talked about right now. Goblin Slayer, which is another show that you watched.
That one I
No
understand for
Game.
sure.
You said you do understand that one?
Yeah, that one is just yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. No Game, No Life, which I tried watching, but it never caught my interest. Um, Inside Mori, Parallel Paradise, Dragon Art Academy, and Arrow Manga Sensei. Now, um, all these shows are they're not I don't think they're child pornography or whatever. Um, but the thing is the problem is with this is that like um because of the history that the Japan has, right? It's really hard to be like it's like the the boy called Wolf or whatever,
Uh
right?
huh.
So it's like, okay, we've seen y'all fuck around with this bullshit before. So now they're like, well, is this some of that bullshit y'all messing around with, right? I feel like that's what kind of what it is. And but also like the other thing, Australia tend to be very very strict with this type of stuff. I don't see Star Online being trying to portray stuff like that.
Hmm.
What I saw from No Game No Life, I don't see that also. The other ones I haven't seen. I did see Aeromaga Sensei. That show is super, 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 super sus. Super sus. So, like, you can. I don't want to say you can make the argument, but like you're gonna be looking at sideways, like, bro, like you're not doing it, but like but bro, you know, like it's hella sus. You know, that one I could see that one, but like at the end of the day, it's like I guess that's the problem with
Yeah,
it is that like um it's just that it's almost like the one bad apple spoiled the bunch type of thing.
true.
It's
Okay.
like, a few people here are, doing their own thing, and it could, you know, their own, you know, illegally could go to jail type thing. And it becomes a stigma that, well, that has to be everybody type of thing. Right? And it
Which is
sucks.
crazy, but I mean,
It sucks. But it's just the way it's just the way it is. Like, for example, uh it just that has nothing to do with anime, but like with furries or people who like to dress like those fur suits or whatever.
yeah.
Um, the stigma of them is that they're just a bunch of sexual delinquents apparently, and they just want to fuck all the time or whatever. Um,
Jesus.
yeah, and then they're into like doing dogs and cats and stuff like that. Like I was super side note. I was on YouTube. I was watching this like I really like watching documentaries on YouTube of just what people make themselves.
Okay.
There's like DUI documentaries type of thing. And there's this one talking about the furry community and how they were getting into some really, really messed up stuff. Like there's a few of them who are in that community who are like, dude, they were doing some really like bad things. Like like bad things. Like they were I don't even know if I want to say it. Like they were and one of them was a YouTuber. It
Hmm.
was a well-known YouTuber. They were like private conversations that were leaked, and they were like they're like a lot of private stuff was leaked. And it was showing these a few people who were like doing some really messed up things to animals. Like these five, I think it was about like five people they're talking about in this documentary series. Um, but they're doing like some really messed up things to these animals, like abusing them physically, sexually, like a bunch, like nasty, like things that you think like how who could put themselves, who would do something like that, right?
Hmm.
Like stuff like that, right? So like so it was like these five people. I mean, pretty sure there's more out there, but like the documentary focused on these few people, and now people. I mean, it's always been like this for the most part, but like now for sure, it's like, oh, if you're into this type of fandom, then you must like what they like,
Hmm.
you know. That's the kind of the point that I'm trying to make. Is that it kind of sucks, like where some people are who like taking things to a certain level kind of fucks it up for everybody else.
Hmm.
Um, and fan service, people enjoy it. It's a reason why it's still around. Um, and depending on the show, depending on the show, depending on how I feel, maybe once in a while I don't mind it. I kind of just tend to roll my eyes when it happens, unless I'm watching a show that I know for a fact I'm only I'm only here for like the fan service type of thing, right?
Mm, okay.
Like for example, like when I was watching Monster Musume, I knew for a fact going in like, okay, this is just gonna be straight fan service stuff here. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, they're showing her boobs again. Oh, they're doing like like I know what I'm getting myself into, so it's different. But if it's like crowbar into the show, then I roll my eyes, stuff like that. But like, it's part of the culture
Hmm.
at the end of the day. So I don't want to say we have to put up with it, but like it's there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my take on it is the more adult rated content, right? The little opie stuff and things like that. I feel like it does not add to the growth of the positive growth of like the culture and everything. I think it's just been so ingrained in there for so long that it's just something that either a most people expect out of anime, or b it's a marketing tool that just works. Um, again we've talked about this on like a previous pod, but we've said like most of the time that people those people who buy the manga, who watch the anime, they're mainly males, and so they're trying to cater to males. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll put in the overly large breasts or like the obscene, just downright. Why would you put this in their scenes where like they'll go and see their panties or underneath their skirts or put super tight skimpy outfits? Um, it does not add any value, in my opinion, to the culture. I generally do feel like it's something where it's like they just do it because it works and because people will continue to a ask for it or b come back for it or react to it. So I think it's just something that is just, again, the term is, for lack of a better term, we just gotta kind of, like you said, put up with it. Kind of just, it's there. Reluctant or not about it, it's gonna potentially just always be there because that's how it's always been, and again, both males and females, because of course, it's all inclusive. We either like it or we don't, and for the most part, a lot of people like it, so it's just
Yeah,
gonna be there.
and also, at the end of the day, this is the problem that a lot of people have, and myself included, with like the way Australia kind of handles things,
Hmm.
is that at the end of the day, it can't really censor art like that, you
True, I
know?
agree with that. Yeah.
Like, no matter how fucked up and how crazy some of these people can get with their art pieces and whatever they want to express themselves, however way they want to express themselves through art. At the end of the day, we can't really censor that because it's a slippery slope, you know.
Hmm.
So it's like, okay, so we're censoring that. Well, that could lead into something else, and then we have to censor that, and then we have to censor that, and eventually we're just gonna. Then we can't do anything, right? Like we
Yeah.
can't censor. We're censoring everything. Like I don't want to say in the sense it's kind of happening right now with the whole
Cancel culture.
cancel culture, things like that. But like it's something. It's all. I don't. Okay, I was about to say it's either all okay, but no, it's not okay. It's either you can't just censor some things here and there, and then kind of be like, okay, well that's fine because like it, you just can't censor art. Oh, and you might not agree with the art. You might not agree with it, but like, yeah, that's my stuff. I don't like that. Perfectly fine. That's your opinion. But at the end of the day, you just can't censor art. And
Yes and no, because it could also run into the problem where it's like it's definitely something that's morally wrong or like not okay, and then somebody just slaps the title of "this is art" on it, and then it's just like at that point, like they're just gonna use the term art as an excuse to have that up there. Um, so I
I
think
get what
there's
you're
a
saying.
fine line. Like
I get what you're
I
saying, but
agree, but
it's
at the same
very
time, you got to be careful with it.
yeah. It's very hard because, like I said, it's a slippery slope. You know, once we start censoring something, something else is gonna get censored, and then that's like it's just gonna yeah. I feel like it's just gonna escalate.
Hmm.
That's just my opinion about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not saying you'll give them a pass to do whatever they want, but you know, it's like you said, it's a very fine line. Like you can't. I honestly can't. I don't. Before I was like, yeah, censor it, but like, but the thing is like, um, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to explain because it's like once you start censoring one thing, then you're gonna have to censor something else, and then it eventually is like where do we stop?
Yeah.
What where do we stop censoring and like for example, it's just really separate, like really separate thing. Like someone says, "Hey, I don't like when you curse. I want you to stop cursing." But then, I like cursing. The only reason I'm trying to stop myself from cursing is because, I curse too much or whatever, right? But this is just a personal thing. But like, if someone else is telling me, like, I'm be like, fudge you. I'll do what I want. I'm gonna curse. If I want to curse. It's just it's up to me.
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's. Whew, man, that's a heavy topic right
Yeah,
there.
it's like, again, and I'm gonna keep using the same terminology, metaphor, however it goes. It's a fine line. Fan service in general, it's just something that's going to be around, sadly to say, for some, and then some are happy about it, I guess. It's going to be around forever. Um, of course, it comes in different, varieties, however you want to see it. Most of the time when I hear fan service, I think of like the ecchi type fan service.
Yeah.
That's the instant thing that pops in my head. But of course, there's stuff like little cameos from like other animes, or references. Like, for example, Gintama has tons and tons and tons of references to other animes. And that's, I feel like that falls in the fan service category too, where it's like, oh, we're doing this because we know you guys love this, or we know there's a lot of people who watch slash read this manga, story, whatever, and we're just gonna put in like a Naruto headband, or like whatever, right? Like just something that's just for the fans, and a little fun tidbit. But then there's also, like I said, the sexual ecchi type stuff, where it's like I get you're trying to sell this to a certain people, but yeah, like that's not really needed for the story, unless it's like, again, when you said one of those guilty pleasure type shows where like you're literally there for the etch, for the fan service. And again, fine line. You just got to make sure you know what's going on, and be informed about it, I guess, and just know that, hey, you're gonna be going in for this, and you're going in for this, and it's just gonna be always be around for sure.
I don't know, like, I don't know. But we've talked enough about this. I was gonna say, you listeners out there, what do you guys think? Because this is it's a pretty interesting topic, pretty heavy
Mm-hmm.
topic here. It's not just the same kind of lighthearted stuff that we eventually talk about. What do you guys think? I'd like to see what everybody else's opinion is. Whoever's listening, I want to see what do you guys think about this. Maybe there's another way we're not seeing it. Maybe there's an explanation, or a different point of view that we don't know yet, that could really kind of shed a light to it. That'll be awesome to see what other people think of this topic specifically. But man, whew, man, that conversation right there tired me out. I'm super tired. I'm so tired. I think I'm gonna fall asleep.
Oh, I see where we're going with this. Oh,
Oh my God, I just took a nap. And you know what? I just reminded myself, we're moving on to the next segment. It is Slept on Anime.
ooh.
And this week, guess what, everybody? Hector, over here, the co-host, he has an anime picked out for us.
Oh,
Hector, what did you?
yes, I do. Okay, so this one actually has received some, I would say actually some great feedback. A lot of people actually do like this show, but I feel like A, it doesn't get enough recognition, and B, I just want to put people, on it. I just want to put people on. It is called Doctor Stone. I don't know if you ever heard of it and or watched it, Rafa.
I've seen it. I think it's somewhat popular, but no. Okay, so I've not seen it. Uh, I haven't seen any episodes, but I
Okay.
know what you're talking
Yeah. So
about. Yeah.
it's really cool. For those of you who have not watched it, again, it's called Doctor Stone. It's about a post-apocalyptic world, and about this boy who, I'm just gonna say he's a genius, right? And he gets petrified by this giant green light that encompasses the world. And well, I've used the word encompass so many times. It just literally goes all around the world and then petrifies everybody in stone. And then years go by, thousands of years go by, and then it's basically like the caveman era again, where everything's back to greenery, and technology has failed and everything's crazy, and it's literally the mission of this one character to bring back technology, to bring back the world as we know it, as he knew it back in the day, before the petrification happened. So it's very science based. This guy is super 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 knowledgeable on science. What the crazy part about this show is, it'll break down, just like in a science class, the elements that go into this thing. Or like he'll say, okay, we need to create a cell phone, and then he shows you the steps to actually make it, which is really cool because you're essentially learning while you're watching this show. Which, some people that might turn them off, and you're like, oh, I don't like, that's not what I want to do when I watch an anime. But they do it in such a fun manner, and the characters that are in there are so beloved. There's also action, which is funny enough in this show. and it's like the antagonist and protagonist are just so different, but at the same time have a similar goal in mind. Just again, differences in what they want as the outcome. But it's such a cool show. I think it's definitely doesn't get, at least from my group of people that like anime, right? They either haven't A, watched it, or B, given it a chance, or C, just don't care enough to just watch it. But for the most part, I think it's a great show. It's really enjoyable. The first season wrapped up, I believe, 2 seasons ago. So definitely go, check it out. It's a good watch. You can binge watch it. It's fun. It's super excited for the next one, and it ends on a nice little cliffhanger. So it'll get you pumped for season two.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I've never really gave it a chance. But yeah, it's a show that I've seen it, but like I said, never gave it a chance. So I might give it a go myself.
Oh,
See
okay,
how
okay.
see how it is. But thank you, Hector, for your slept on anime recommendation of the week. Hmm. Moving on from that, of course, you guys already know how we're gonna wrap things up here. It is anime swap.
Ooh. You know what we should add? The
Um.
shuriken like noises. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. hmm
Whenever
So
we get there.
yeah, for sure. No, that'll be cool. So this week we watched. I watched. I forgot the name of the show. It is the guy's name Revenge. I can't remember the
Oh,
guy's name.
Masamune-kun's Revenge.
Yes. And you watched
Death Parade.
Death Parade. Yes, sir. Now, I'll go first. I'll go
Okay.
first because I'm already talking. So Masamune's Revenge or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I said that right. I enjoyed it. I like it.
Oh, okay.
I like it. I like how petty the guy is. I like how he wants to get back at this girl. Um, because she hurt him when he was a kid. He was a little fat kid, and she's like, "You fat? I don't like you." So then he's like, "Shoot, I'm gonna get myself looking all nice and sexy, and then I'm gonna make you fall in love with me, and I'm gonna break your heart." That's pretty much what he wants to do.
Literally.
And I'm all about it. All about it. Get her. Put her in her place. Um, I like him. He's really cool. I like how petty he is. I like how uh I just like how like uh narcissistic he is. Like
Uh-huh.
I just find his character he's just a funny guy. I just really enjoy seeing him. Um I I kind of have a small nitpick with his character though,
Mm-hmm.
is that like he's such he's just he's a good-looking guy. He's very confident, but like at the same time, like it's almost like he's not really. I don't know. I don't want to say he's like put like a front, but like I feel like I don't know. I feel like he should have more confidence with himself. Like in
Mm-hmm.
certain situations where he's like, "Oh, I don't know about this or I don't know about that." I feel like at a certain point, like he should have that confidence. I don't know.
I
That's just the
agree.
way I
Yeah.
feel. The main girl, I like her and I don't like her at the same time.
Yep. Okay.
I don't like her because she is a female dog. She has her okay, like for sure, for sure. If okay, before I get into her, if these high school guys, if they know her reputation, if they know that she's gonna give them a nickname and reject them and humiliate them in front of the whole school, why did they go and confess to her?
It's because she's so beautiful, man.
Like you already know you're gonna get made fun of. You already know they're gonna do this to you. Why put yourself out there?
But it's
You
always
really
the cocky guys though, like the ones that like, oh, dude, like there's no way she'll reject me, and then they just get
well.
titles
What
as
about
whatever.
the little short fat guy? He did it, and that didn't work out for him either. Remember him?
I
Like
do.
I don't know. I was just like, come on, yo. Like you guys. I was just like, bro. Like she doesn't want nobody hitting on her, or she doesn't want nobody like to get closer. Fudge her. Let her be alone for the rest of her life. Like just like There's other girls out there. Come on, yo. Like, y'all sipping over this one dumb chick. Whatever. Um, the back to the main girl. I don't. The parts that I like about her is when they show her as a person,
Hmm.
where she is not being the queen or the school or like she's putting people down or whatever. When they show her when she's vulnerable, hopefully I said that right. Like for example, when the main guy finds out her secret about like how much she eats and stuff like that, or when they go on the date and she's wearing that magical girl outfit and like she doesn't know and then she gets embarrassed. Like the parts that they show her as an actual person, I
Hmm.
like. And I feel like this could be just be the process of the character kind of winning me over eventually because it feels like a tsundere character, but like they really the part where the I feel like it feels a little bit off balanced with her character because she's such a jerk. She's such a jerk that's very off-putting, you know?
Hmm.
So like for example, like with Tiger from Toradora, like she's also a jerk, but like her balance between her being a jerk and like her being a nice person, like there's some nice balance between that one character. With this character, with this girl, um, I feel like she's just straight off the bat, she's way too much of an a-hole, like off the bat, you know?
Hmm.
And like I don't like that everybody's scared of her. You know, like, oh, it's she's gonna do this and no, she's kind of like untouchable type of thing. Like, I didn't like that. Like with Tyga, she would just beat your ass, so whatever, you know. But this girl, she's like, why are you scared of her? Like fudge it,
Yeah.
whatever. Um, uh, the I had somewhat trouble liking her servant
Yeah.
friend character. Um, I I do like ditzy characters, but she was like borderline mentally handicapped at times.
Jesus Christ,
Like the way,
Rafa.
like the way she was talking, the way she was acting. I'm like, hello, like, is any thought up there? Like, you know what Hector, come on,
Yeah.
Hector.
They were hurt,
I,
but I think I don't know about what you said, but there were some overly ditzy moments where I'm just like, man, y'all don't gotta play her like that, bro. Like, come on now.
like
Yeah,
she
there were
kept
moments where it was
tripping
over
and
the top.
falling. Her panties were being shown left and right, and the main girl's talking to her, and she's like, what? Like, come on, man. Like, bro, I don't know. I do like the reveal of episode two. They explained why is she by her side, even though the main girl treats her so badly.
Hmm.
They explained that. I was like, okay, there's an explanation at least. Because if there wasn't one, I'd been like, why are you putting yourself through all
Why?
this? You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Um, and yeah, like I like it. I want to see where it goes. I kind of have a feeling I know where it's gonna go.
Oh,
You
trust
know,
me, you
like
don't.
really? Okay.
Yup, there's a twist that happens later in the show that it's one of the reasons why I actually really love the anime. I would not put it in my top 10. I would not. But it's still a great watch. It there's a twist that comes out at the end which I if you ever get to it, I wanted to hear if you think it was a good twist or a bad twist. I thought it was okay. I still enjoyed the shows in general because I think at that point I was kind of invested in it at that point. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna just watch this through. If they create another season, I'll definitely watch it because if I remember correctly, it still didn't end off perfectly, or they didn't have like a full stop to it just yet. So we'll see. But yeah, there's a twist that comes out, so that might throw a little wrench in what you think it is.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. It's a show that I'm gonna keep watching for sure and see how it goes. I'll let you know once I get to that point.
Yeah, definitely. So actually, in the same vein of what you said about continuing to watch the show that I gave you, I'm gonna do the exact same with Death Parade.
Yay!
I absolutely loved it. Instantly fell in love with it during episode 1, which
Hmm.
does not happen often necessarily for me. Yeah, there's a few that will like jump out and I'm like, oh, dude, I freaking love this show from episode 1. Rent a Girlfriend was the one of the most recent examples, but this one, man, oh my god, when they
Hmm.
were in purgatory during episode 1, uh, that entire debacle between the husband and wife. Oh my god, that was just
Yeah.
so good. And then I'm like, dude, okay, I watched the first episode and I saw that whole thing go down and I'm like, this is fantastic. And in my head I'm like, is this just going to be like a show where they're just going to show different couples or different people that passed away together, just go through like these games and see what happens to them. But then I got to episode 2 and they showed like the spoiler for any of you those that are planning on watching, the mannequins that are back up there to make people think that they're gonna die during that game. My mind was blown. I was like, what, they're mannequins, they're just dolls. I was like, oh my god, like that whole thing was just incredible. And I liked how they explained that it's not really like heaven or hell. They just use that as something for them to think about while they're there. Like
Right.
they're literally playing mind games with them, and then what ends up happening is they're either gonna get reincarnated or get sent to the void where like their soul goes to nothingness and they're in complete darkness. The one thing that maybe I just didn't pay attention to that well, but I didn't understand. So you know how there was the two masks at the top of the elevator?
Hmm.
Um, I thought that the woman was had won the darts game because I mean, she hit him in the heart, right? So I'm like, that's like 25 points. But she went into the demon mask elevator. Um, or just
Yeah.
does it not matter with the
It,
elevators?
it could be that those masks have a
Literal like
um
trans or
like a
meaning?
cultural
Oh, okay, okay.
type of thing that we just have no idea about. Like,
Uh huh.
I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, if they're just there for like, this is a terrible way of explaining it, but like aesthetic, like, oh, they're just there for like decoration type thing, then okay, cool. I still hope the woman won because I love the way that the bartender, I guess would you say he's the main character for the rest of the show? I mean, obviously there's like the whole group,
He's
right?
he's one of the main
Yeah,
characters.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so like I love the way how he explained it afterwards. He's like she was clearly lying about the situation. I don't want to spoil the situation for those who care to watch this, but like he's like she was clearly lying towards the end there. She was trying to make it easier for her husband, and I was like, well, like I figured like that was the case. Um, it was definitely a twist when she first started reacting differently, and she just kind of like played the character, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. But like in my head, I'm like, that nah, she's 100% faking that. But yeah, that was really heartbreaking too. Just seeing that, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like that's like that. In situations like that, you really see like, I guess in the sense of like marriage, like who you really married. Um, but that was crazy. That was such a like that was such a crazy twist that I was not expecting. I truly like this show a lot.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to continue watching it. Unfortunately, I had to stop because we were gonna record today, but I think I'm gonna binge watch it. Just fully on my next day off from work. But dude, great show, great recommendation. Absolutely loved it. For those of you that are listening, I think this is definitely a good one to watch for sure. So check it out.
That that opening
Dude, it was
though.
sick. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm a big fan of the
Yes.
closing, the ending, but the opening is fantastic.
How's the? I don't remember the closing.
To be honest, and this is how I know I didn't really like it because I don't remember it that well. But
Okay.
the
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 opening's
the opening
awesome. I
was
love the
was
opening.
amazing. Yeah, I actually
Hmm.
watched it. So normally I give it like one watch and then not necessarily that I skip it, but I just kind of fast forward through it. But the second episode, I watched the whole thing again. I was like, I actually really like this opening a lot.
It's a
I don't
really
like
fun
it
opening.
as much as K-on's opening or as much as like
No, of course not.
the Fire Force first half of the season. I don't like it as much as
Hmm.
those, but it's still a really really good one.
No, it's a really fun opening. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's one of those. It's one of those openings that you'll end up seeing on like favorite openings on like YouTube videos
Yeah,
and stuff like
true.
that. Yeah, Yeah, yeah. No, it doesn't beat K-On! K-On's like just like the best openings ever. And yeah, Fire Force, that the first season opening is amazing. But yeah, it's a really fun, really cool opening. But yeah, it seems like it's a good week for Anime Swap.
It is a great week
We
for Anime
both,
Swag.
yeah. So you could go ahead and start wrapping things up here. What is your suggestion? What's your recommendation for this week?
Ooh, okay. So this one is it's kind of a double whammy, all right? So I know for a fact that you love video games. I also know that our
Mhm.
friend Alex loves video games, and I've talked about this anime before. Alex, of course, is part of the Geek Jar Boys. If you guys haven't figured that out by now, we love those guys over there. But
Mhm.
this anime specifically is in a fantasy realm where it is very heavily inspired by video games, in the sense of like the MMORPG type feel. Well, I don't know about the MMO part. I don't really know what that means, to be honest, but I know the
Mul
genre.
was it massive multiplayer online or
Online role
something like
playing
that?
game, probably right. Um,
Yeah, so like MMO is just like it just means like there's a lot of people on the server.
yeah, so it's essentially a MMORPG, RPG, I guess, whatever, right? Where you're leveling up your character and you have like the cool part about it is, well, I don't know if it's essentially on your back, but for the main character, his whole stats like profile is on his back. So like plus 20 in strength or plus 99 like in RuneScape, for archery, like things like that. And then you have like a specific class, or your specific person ability. His is called the astronaut, or something like that. And if you watch it, you understand. But it's the anime itself is called "Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?" Fantastic, fantastic anime. It has 2 seasons out. It has some etch in there. So just a word of warning for those of you that have people around. Careful to watch it. um, there, it's just a fantastic, fantastic anime. I think it's so much action in it. The action is fantastic. The dynamic scenes that have to hit hard, they hit pretty hard. It's a great show. I love the leveling up aspect of it all. How the main character has to literally grind to get where he wants to be. How he interacts with like the higher tier characters, or yeah, characters in the show who are like literally at where he wants to be at, and how they respond to him being a super weakling. And then he has like his little like Deku 100 1 million% moments and things like that. It's a great show. It's very, very, very good. It has its nice little ways of introducing the new characters that are going to join him along his journey. They each have a little like episode connected to them, and it's fantastic. I loved every episode that has to deal with the characters, and gave him like a little bit of backstory. Season two kind of shifts a little bit, but still keeps up that great pace and the great action. So that's for sure one of them that I really, really hope you like. And the fact that it's anime and video games kind of mixed into one is fantastic. So I hope you really like that one.
Okay, sounds interesting. I just looked it up right now. Is I remember seeing memes about the girl with the with the
Hestia
string on her
Sama,
boobs.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw. Okay, 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 okay. I see you. I see you. My suggestion, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this show a lot. Mm, it's called Love Lab.
Ooh, I've heard of it. Okay.
Yes, it is about it's pretty much it's about like four girls or so, high school girls, and they pretty much make a club where they help out students with the problems with like relationships and like questions about like dating and things like that.
Hmm.
But the catch is that none of them have ever dated anyone ever. So
Okay.
yeah, so pretty much what happened was, or kind of like the setup is that the main girl, she's like orange hair, like short orange hair. And I never remember any of these names of anybody of any show, but um, like people. pretty much the other. It's an all girls school, by the way. And she kind of eventually kind of got this reputation of like, oh, she's dated before, she's been with boys before or whatever. She knows what she's doing, type of thing, right? So then like, so girls would kind of ask like, oh, what about this? What about that? Or whatever. And then the other main character is a girl with like I think she has blue or like black long hair, and she wants her to help her out because she wants to be ready when she meets like that special someone or whatever. So then like it eventually her and then instead of the main girl kind of confessing of like saying like hey I actually don't know shit like people just think this about me or whatever,
Hmm.
she goes along with it. Right, instead of like telling her the truth she's like yeah I'll tell you whatever, and I'll help you out with your questions, and it just gets into hijinks and just like it's just really funny situations, scenarios, and things like that. Like these girls who have no idea of dating and stuff like that, and they're trying to kind of like figure it out, and it's really really fun. It's a really
Ooh.
fun moe show. Like it's in the vein of K-On! Um, it is before you put your standards too high. It's not the same level as K-On!
Okay.
Because again, nothing beats K-On! But
But it's a good watch.
um, it's a good watch. It's a fun watch. It's it's watching these girls kind of get themselves into really silly, funny situations. My favorite character of the whole show, hands down, is the redhead girl with the thick eyebrows.
Hmm. Okay,
When
so
you see,
a little tidbit. I looked it up, right? The show, and actually, funny enough, the news that just came out today about the show is that the official website for Love Live, which it's called Love Live Sunshine, which is the studio. They're gonna make a live performance, like the tours for the band or the group that created the soundtrack. So the CD theme song and tour's name and everything is called Fantastic Departure. It has hit Japan's stores today, so it's kind of
that
funny
is
that you bring that up and then this pops up today.
that's great, but that's a whole different other show that I'm talking about.
Oh really?
uh,
Well, no, because
yeah,
like the
you must
picture shows like the girl with the orange hair, girl with the red hair, girl with blue hair, a girl with
no
pink hair,
the
and
you must. I guess you didn't hear me clearly. It's not called Love Live because I know what show you're talking about. Love Live Sunshine. I know that's an idol show, and I know exactly what show you're talking about. That's not the show that I'm talking about.
oh,
I'm
Love
talking about
Lab.
Love Lab. I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be a fun watch. It's funny. The like I said, my favorite character of all of them is the girl with the red hair. She has really thick eyebrows.
Hmm.
She's funny. She's hilarious. Like she tends to be kind of like the butt of the joke a lot of times.
Okay.
But no, she's my favorite one. I just love her. I love her to death. But for sure, I feel like you're really gonna like this show.
Okay, okay, I'm excited, but I think, yeah, like you were saying, I think that wraps
Yeah.
us up.
I think that's pretty much it for another Bento Boxcast episode here. Before I start wrapping things up, as you already know, Hector, with our ending and everything like that, is there anything you want to say to the listeners out there, to the beautiful, sexy listeners out there, before we go?
Yes, make sure you're also above 18 to be sexy. So,
Above 18, beautiful, sexy listeners, above 18, under 18, stay in school, don't do drugs.
yes, yes,
Listeners.
yes, yes, yes. But that being said, also thank you guys again so much for the support. We've been seeing some great viewer counts for our pods on everything on Anchor, Spotify, and then as well as YouTube. Again, we're just gonna say sorry for the last pod's audio. We're getting better. We're just always gonna be improving and striving for great content for you guys, and of course we love what we do here. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions that you guys want to throw out there for us to do, of course we'd love to hear it. Drop them down in the comments below, and you might be able to get a nice little shout out on the next pod, kind of like Josue does. And just in the comments
Don't say
section when
that
we
boy.
talk about it. Yeah, dude, he is.
Don't say
He's
that
that
boy.
guy.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, spread us out there, get us out there. We do it. We're doing our part with the whole sharing and things like that, and we love it. We love all the new people that listen and those who kind of stay and listen to our chatty Cathy vibes that are going on. But yeah, other than that, that's about it for me.
All right, cool. Thank you, Hector. Thank you, Hector, as always, for being my co-host,
You too, brother
for
man. You the
being there for
best.
me. You use the most Heckian Hector that I know.
Oh,
Uh,
gang.
um, Before we start plugging in our own stuff, I just want to go ahead and plug in our friends over there at the Geek Jar 3000 channel. They
Hmm.
did give us a shout out in their last episode.
Wait a minute. I need to cut you off. I told myself I was gonna swear during this pod, but I'm gonna do it in the next one. Fuck Alex. Fuck that
Uh-huh.
guy.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes,
You know what,
sir.
man? I was trying to pull back on the little freaking punches, man. I was like, man, I'm not gonna try to swear. I think I dropped like 2 swears throughout the pod, but I'm gonna just do it now. Fuck that
Do it,
guy.
dude.
Dude,
Uh-huh.
I can't take
Say
it,
it
dude.
again.
I can't fuck
Say it again.
Alex. I don't like
Yes,
you.
sir.
You got a fat ass
Uh-huh.
head. You always wear
Uh-huh.
hats to to hide that McDonald's M hairline of yours. You know what? It's
That
even
legit
gotten
hairline.
worse, bro. He got that Wendy's from that Wendy's girl at the Wendy's Burger Market hairline. That shit does like a U across his forehead, boy. I cannot deal with it. And he doesn't have enough hair to make pigtails, but he got that curls which don't match his fat ass head. That being said, we love them to death.
Yes.
Shout out Alex because he said he'd give me a kiss if I shouted him out. So shout out Alex, but also, um, I bet your forehead gets real sweaty. Anyways, that's it for me.
Right. So, thank you. You kind of beat me to the punch. I was gonna do the same thing. I was gonna talk a little bit of shit, but I feel like you covered it all. You know, especially with the "fuck you, Alex." I like throwing that out there too. Man, guys, I just want to apologize to the listeners. I did try to tell myself don't curse so much. I curse a lot through here, but I tried to stop myself. I tried to stop myself from cursing so much. Um, but god dang it, just like Hector said, man, fuck Alex, man. Alex, you listen to this, man, bitch. Okay, that's what I gotta say. Anyways, because because the Geek Jar Boys, the Plane Pod with Alex and John, they're great friends of ours, and we kind of have this thing going on for the guys who's been listening for a couple of our episodes, and some of if you guys are listening to some of theirs, we kind of have this little back and forth going on in each episode. We kind of talk shit to each other, but we also give each other shout outs because we love them, they love us. They're great friends of ours. So enough if not enough poo poo talking, enough cursing, all that stuff. If you guys want to listen to a podcast that deals with video games, pop culture, movies, TV shows, everything but anime, because we run the anime and the
Hmm.
anime
Hmm.
podcast that we got that on lockdown. But everything else, if you guys want to listen to two really funny guys, two guys who seem to know their stuff. If not, they know how to bullshit their way through things. Um, Alex and John over there at the Playing Pod with Alex and John, Geekjar 2000. We love them so much. Go check them out. Really fun podcast. They really have some really fun stuff going on over there. Also, Hector, I want to do another quick shout out. It
Ooh.
relates to the Geek Jar Boys.
Okay.
Those knuckleheads over there. Um, I finally got my shirt.
Dude, I
My
haven't got
shirt came
mine.
in.
Oh my god. Go ahead.
I got my shirt right here. Yeah, I'm looking right at it. It's a beautiful pink, nice black letter, black color of the design.
Hmm.
You guys want, Ralph? What are you talking about? What talking about this shirt over here? Calm down. Let me tell you. So, Alex and John, the Geek Jar Boys, and our friend Nathan of Nate Tunes, if you guys know him, they started their own T-shirt printing company called Three Up. Right? Three Up Prints.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully I didn't mess that up. Um, they have their first limited run of their own shirt that's out right now. I think it's gonna end on Friday. So when this is out, I think it ends the
Hmm.
same day. So if you missed out on the first print of the shirt, too bad, so sad. I have mine. I'm happy with it. It's a very legit. Like they're our friends. I love them, and of course I'm gonna give them a shout out whatever they're doing. But legit, like no sugarcoating, no BS, all that to the side. It's actually a very nice shirt.
It is, but I have my
It's a
gripes with it.
very nice
I
shirt.
haven't received it yet, but look, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling him. I want a special customized shirt, right? I want the 3 up splat on my left chest, right? On the left pocket chest, and I want that Unidos design on the back. That's all I'm asking for, bro. That's it. That's
Oh,
all I want. But they keep
hey
hitting me with,
man.
though, this is a separate thing, blah, blah, blah. No, bro. I want this special design. That being
Hey,
said, I already purchased my Unidos regular shirt that I got it. I cannot wait to get it. Mine's in the gray. I feel like there's like a special term for it. Space gray is the only one that comes to mind, but I got it in the gray. It looks from what I've seen from the friends that have gotten it, and then who have posted it. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to receive it.
yeah,
I'm definitely gonna rock it.
I'm telling you, guaranteed. It's a very nice shirt. It's a very nice. It doesn't feel cheap. Like the shirt itself, it's a very nice shirt.
Ooh,
Like you can tell that the
quality.
material they're using,
Ooh.
it's pretty high end. Like you can tell these guys are not messing around with their stuff. And that's what I want to like again, there are friends and of course I'm gonna give them a shout out, but at the same time I don't want to be biased and be like, oh it's a great shirt and the shirt sucks, like no, legit. Like legit. They guys, I'm telling you, if you guys are interested in some new shirts, if you guys have some custom shirts that you guys need done, stuff like that, they do all that stuff. They could do that. They can even I don't know if they're ready for this, but they might even be able to do other stuff, hats, pants. I don't know, man. These guys are workhorses, man. These guys are set to show you guys these guys could do what they could. Man, they put out some good product. I have one shirt. I'm already ready for the next shirt
Facts.
because the word of the street is that there's going to be another limited run on a different shirt.
Hmm.
That's what the street's been saying. And I can't wait till that new shirt comes out. I'm for sure going to buy it. I'm ready set to buy it. Right? I already have my credit card in hand. I'm just waiting for it to come out. So I'm punching in my phone, order it. Can't wait till it gets here. Again, guys, 3UP Prints. Check them out there on Twitter. I think they're on Instagram. They have their website also. Go check them out, guys. They have great. I love the shirt. Like it's soft, it's comfy. It's not a gas. Like you can buy shirts at a gas station.
Hmm. I
It's
do.
not that. It's the complete opposite of that. This is Macy's level quality right here. You know what I'm saying? This is some high end. Go ahead and buy it. Prove me wrong. Buy it and then tell me otherwise. You look like a fool. You're gonna buy it and say, Rafa, thank you for the suggestion. I love it. I love three O Prince. It's gonna happen. Just listen to me. Listen, okay, Hector, listen to me.
Hmm.
All right. Anyways, it's enough plugging everybody else's stuff. Let's go ahead and plug our stuff.
Go ahead, plug it,
Check
man.
us out. Check us out on Twitter at Benson Boxcast. We get any and all updates about the podcast on there. Uh, Follow us on Spotify because we're on Spotify. If you're on the go, if you don't have time to sit down and put us on the old YouTube channel page, if you got to go to work, you're driving to the store to buy some more milk for the cereal, or you got to go do laundry, whatever stuff you got going on, because everybody's busy, everybody's running around doing their own thing. Put on Spotify, ready to go for you guys to listen to us, and also on all the other platforms that Anchor helps us out with. I don't have them. I don't know. I don't know them top of my head, but they're out there. And of course, our home, our
Hmm.
mainstay, the cribbo, as some say, YouTube. Here we
Cribble.
are. Here we are on YouTube, guys. Go ahead and comment. Let us know what you guys think about the episode, like what opinions you have about what things we talked about. If you go ahead and comment, we will read it on the next episode. Just like as Josue over here has done it in the past few episodes. A mainstay. Love that guy. I don't know if I already gave him a shout out. I'm gonna give him another shout out. Shout out to Josue. He that homie. Go ahead and like it if you enjoyed it. And subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button after you subscribe. Because if you have not done that, YouTube would not notify you. YouTube will be like, no, y'all don't want to listen to these two dum dums over here talking about anime. You don't want to listen to them, but you do want to listen to us dum dums. So go ahead and hit that bell icon so you can get that notification. Now, that's pretty much it. I just want to plug in one more thing.
Wow, we got a lot of plugins today. Go for it.
I know. Uh, I don't know if you guys heard, but I'm back on Twitter. I
Ooh,
want to plug in
okay.
my Twitter. Um, if you guys want to see, I don't know why, but I mean, I talk about, I post random shit and memes and dumb things like that. But I have my own Twitter. I don't know. I will also promote the Bensel Boxcast on the Twitter. So you follow me on the Twitter. I don't remember my at
Your at
because I just
is, and I can
because
tell
I
you
just named
right
myself
now.
Rafa.
No,
Like, my
your
name's
ad
just
is
Rafi.
me talk anime, dude. My voice cracked saying it at the jump, but it's me talk anime, capital M, capital T, capital A, me talk anime with Rafa's name on there.
Thank you.
And
Because I talk anime.
yeah, mine, however, is ultra underscore V man, no caps in there. And then just check the description out for both of us because we'll have our Bento Boxcast channel link as well as any other
Hmm.
links that we may have. You guys, follow.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, go ahead, follow us, guys. We'll keep you guys up to date with everything we do here. And well, look at that, everybody. That seems to be the show.
Ooh.
I'm so sad. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna shed a tear until next time when episode 9 rolls around. Then I'll be happy once again. But until then, guys, thank you so much. Thank you once again. I love you. I love every single one of you guys. You guys are sexy. If you're above 18, under 18, stay in school.
This
Goodbye,
running
everybody.
gag. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
bye.